Hi, Mary from Reviewer's Diary. Welcome back to my channel. I am back for my sample finale. I'm going to continue. I know a lot of people are like, who took up this challenge when I created it, have gone on to samples in 365 days or something like that. I've decided to stay with this challenge that I created, mainly because I really kind of enjoyed it, and it did seem like a really good use of a month. So this is the sample finale. I did buy 2 of the products, so I'm just going to start at the top. The very first thing, let me just dump it out. I've been keeping my stuff in here. The very first thing is the Balance Me Wonder Eye Cream. Now, holding that up to the light, it's up to about here still. So I do still have quite a bit to use. Is that right? Yeah, it's really closer to like there. Let me just put a little line there. Because what I'm going to do, the reason I'm drawing a line is because I'm going to carry this over into the next challenge. So I'll keep using it next month. I probably have just enough in here for probably a couple weeks, not a whole month. Alright, next thing on the list is Skin Medica Replenishing Hydrating Cream. I love this stuff. This stuff doesn't have much of a scent, which is good, because scent is a lot of times not good. But it's kind of like a thick gel consistency. I tend to have really dry skin, and I go through spells where I have like super dry spots, and this was like really great. So I actually got the full size. The full size tube is very expensive. It did not cost me as much as it would if I ordered it from Derm Store, which is where I got the original sample from. The full-size tube is 2 ounces and it cost me 46 bucks. I bought it from a dealer on Amazon. I believe it might be slightly more if you buy it from Derm Store, where it came from. So this was so good that I bought this. Now this would not be good for people who have oily skin, because what it'll do is it'll make you break out. If you have combination to dry skin, let's start with combination skin. If you have dry areas, then you'd only use it on those dry areas. When I was younger, I only used moisturizer really on my eyes and my cheeks. Now this, you just put a tiny, I'm telling you, use so little of this that it's unbelievable. I absolutely fell in love with this stuff, which is why I took part of my Christmas money and I bought this. Because ordinarily I wouldn't buy a $46 moisturizer, but I had a gift certificate, so I did go ahead and buy it. It was just that good. So for the Skin Medica Replenishing Hydrating Cream, definitely an A+, and you know, I'll be moving on to the full size, and I think that 2-ounce tube is going to last me forever, because this lasted me the entire month and then some, because I started this the end of November. I think there may actually be 1 or 2 applications left in this tube, but I'm not going to carry this over into the next challenge. I'm just going to use it up. So this is my review right now for this. Okay, so next on the list is Whish Body Butter and Almond. This smells so good. I've, put it on every time I showered, and it just, oh my gosh, it just makes you smell so fresh and clean and awesome. And it doesn't seem to argue with other scents very much. It seems like it just, works really super well. It's very moisturizing and it smells phenomenal. This is the almond scented Whish body butter. I would definitely consider buying the full size, I think. I'm not sure because I actually have other scents that I'm working through. Maybe someday I'll write it down and I'll put a little star next to it. But this is definitely good stuff. I think it's a little expensive though. Next is Traditions by Nick Chavez. Picture right there. I kicked that completely out of the challenge because it smelled, I didn't like the smell, which is like a peachy smell. If you love peach smell, then you'll probably love it. The only thing is, and I don't wash my hair every day, what it did is it made my hair feel dirty. So I almost was reduced to having to wash it every day. So I took that completely out of the challenge and I replaced it with this Nuance cream by Salma Hayek, which I still have a little bit of. Let me shade you a little bit because sometimes the lights are too much. You can see I probably have like maybe 2 applications at most. So I'm going to go ahead and review and I'll just finish this. I'm probably going to save the jar or write down somewhere, you know, what I thought of it, because I can tell you right now it's really hydrating, but it's not heavy. So, and this is the anti-aging super cream, it's called. And Salma Hayek is cruelty free. Salma Hayek actually partnered with CVS and they wanted to have a accessible, cruelty free line of cosmetics and, you know, face care and that kind of stuff. So this was actually in a partnership with CVS, and Salma Hayek made this cruelty-free cream that's like really, really light but super hydrating. So I might get this. I do have about 80 tons of face cream though to go through before I can get to the point where I'm going to need to buy some. So I'll finish that. That is my review for that. I'm not going to carry it over into the next sample challenge. Only this one so far, because this eye cream is not really it's not really a sample size. I think it's really just a regular eye cream. Alright, so the next thing is Terre Preserving Conditioner. You can see the picture here. It's already been in an empties video. That was a conditioner that I got 3 uses out of. It was a 1 ounce bottle. Wasn't all that spectacular. After I used it, I still had to put extra conditioner in my hair, like leave-in conditioner. And, you know, I'm kind of against that. Like, how many times you have to condition before you finally say, okay, I cry uncle, that's it. So, yeah, it wasn't all that special. Honestly, it just wasn't all that special. Also, It's a 10, that also went into my empties. The empties video should be coming out hopefully before this comes out, but I'm not positive. I took it with me to Florida and I used it pretty much every single time I showered and a couple times in between. Kind of liked it in between. On dry hair it was pretty nice, but it was not, honestly, I expected so much more. It was just nothing really to write home about. So I can't recommend it because I have to say it was not that great. Now, here is another product, this Mario Badescu Scrub. I actually, out of this sample packet, I got 3 uses. Now, I don't use scrubs every day because I have delicate skin, so I have to tell you, though, that I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And even on my sensitive skin, it didn't dry me out too much. And I went and I bought the full size. Now, this was at Ulta, and it was the very last one. So obviously, lots of people got the sample and liked it. It was the very last one on the shelf, and it was 26 bucks, 20 and 26 and change, I think. This is going to last forever because this sample packet I got 3 uses out of. I just finished my last use of it last night. This is going to last forever. Pretty much like the Skin Medica is going to last forever. But this is a really, really fine grit scrub. I mean, it's like almost imperceptible. You only use a very tiny amount and rub it into your face. It does, like, you can feel your skin tingling a little bit, so it must have some like part of the botanical stuff in there is like, you know, it does something to your skin, but I have really delicate, very sensitive skin, and this was okay. This was fine. This did not irritate my skin. So all of you out there should be able to use this, unless you're like a baby, because if I could get away with it, you can. So that's one of the reasons that I bought the full size. It's just that awesome. This is the very first Mario Badescu product I've ever used. It's just awesome. The next thing was Dr. Jart Black Label Detox BB Cream. That is actually what I have on today. I think there's one application left and I'll use it up, but I'm not going to include it because I'm not positive there's one application, but it's possibly. When I try to expel the air, more stuff comes out. So I know this is empty up here, but I'm not sure that it's completely gone, so I'll use it again. The only thing I don't like, well, let me tell you what I do like first. What I do like first is it's very moisturizing. It doesn't irritate your skin at all. It's almost calming. I was able to use it under my eyes too. I know I'm not looking so good today, but it made me ghostly white. I mean, ghost color. And it's very easy to accidentally put too much on, which I did once, and I had to pat with tissues to get it off. It turns me like a super, super pasty color. It's got a slightly grayish tinge, so it does like counteract any redness that you have in your skin. It's very comfortable on, like I'm hardly even aware that I have it on, but I know that my coloring just doesn't look that good with this. I have other, oops, this is actually, sorry about that, I knocked you a little off course. This is actually Dr. Brandt, and this is Dr. Jart. I have this Dr. Brandt that adjusts your skin color, and actually I kind of like it better. Neither of them are cruelty free, so right off the bat I will not be buying these. But if I were to choose one over the other, for those of you out there who want to use one of these products, honestly would choose this one over this one. This one, I didn't really like the coloring too much. I had to put a lot of powder and a lot of bronzer, and it's still, I just don't look that great. This one seems to really adjust to your skin color. This, I think, is last year's version. It now comes in a black tube. It self-adjusts, so it looks like really natural on. So I'm not that crazy about this, but I will finish it just because that's what I do. I have this thing about finishing things. So I'll finish this if there's anything left in it. I just have to be prepared for the white look. Next thing on the list is the Skin Ceuticals, and this was an oil. This was CF oil. Let me see. Let me read this. Skin Ceuticals. Alright, that is what that sounded like. Could it really say that? Skin Ceuticals Phloretin CF Oil. This is not a super oily oil. I did use this, and this little dropper is like kind of like the equivalent of 2 drops of a regular dropper. So what I did is I would put it on all, 4 quadrants of my face and down the middle. I did this every morning, and nights that I didn't wear my retin-A, I put it on those nights also. It's pretty nice, but I don't know that it's worth the $60-something price tag. This stuff is ridiculously expensive, or is it like $162 or something? I'll look it up, but it is a ridiculously high-priced item. I was not impressed enough to spend super giant amounts of money on this, so where it was really good and easy to spread and not super oily, it just, Just not crazy about this stuff. And I had one more thing, and that was this honey mask. Let me get the card out. I actually got this, it was a special sale by Good Box. I wish they'd have another one because I would order another box. I think it was $19.99. I got like 26 of the sample products that they had given people. And one of those was this mask. Now this is the size. It's completely empty. And this is what it looked like. It's, I'll pull the card up a little bit longer just so you can see. And here's the information for it. This was very thick, so what I had to do, and I think it's probably in the directions, is put a glob in my hand and warm it in my hands. But once it was warmed, it was easy to spread. I spread this all over my face, and let me tell you first, I had like a little bit of a rash on my forehead. I don't know what product gave me that. Sadly, when you're trying a bunch of stuff, sometimes crap happens. But anyway, one of the things I do know is that honey is good for your skin, particularly Manuka honey because it's not refined. This has honey in it. I'm not sure what type of honey. It has honey in it and basically took that inflammation away, and my forehead looked 1,000 times clearer after I used this. So I'm definitely all for this. But what I'll do is I'll write the name of it down and see. I have like, you know, like everybody else out there, I have a ton of like masks and stuff. I really shouldn't have been buying this because I have a ton of creams, but this is just so spectacular. And it was something that was so expensive that you'd only use a gift certificate to buy. This $26 is not that much, especially when you only use this like a couple times a week. Back to the mask. This was really, really nice. But I think I might just get some Manuka honey and that's it. This had little grains. I think it had sugar in it. I'm not positive. It could have been grains from the honey being like a more raw state. This was really good. It reduced the inflammation, but I'm not sure I would buy this. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this sample roulette. I am going to continue to do one once a month, and pretty soon I'll be drawing for the next one. So stay tuned.